I told you about 3 times they won't fuck with me, right? Umbrella. I'ma run it up and up and up. 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 Big brella grind until I build it up. Shawty pirate purpose like it's Eminem. Sliding through your city, you gon' live and learn. She gon' let me fuck cause I'm a living legend.
It's the original Eminent Sports Broadcaster, man. We chopping it up, man. Lakers, Pacers, the conclusion to the NBA tournament, in-season tournament. What'd you guys think of it? Were you entertained? I think it's a great idea. They needed to do something like this for quite some time. The NBA's been lacking attention in the beginning of the season until the playoffs are getting close to starting, and when all the teams are jockeying for position and trying to make sure that they get in the playoffs and shit like that. After taking a major break throughout the season, now we actually have some urgency. And shocked am I that the Lakers were able to pull it off? A little bit. You know what I'm saying? LeBron is long in the tooth, but he's not ceasing to amaze us. This guy's fucking amazing, bruh. And the way he gets his team locked in, and the way how they're playing, you have to give them their props, man. The shocker, of course, is that the fucking Indiana Pacers was in this tournament, got all the way to the finals, knocked off Boston, knocked off Milwaukee. Would they have the same luck if it was a 7-game series? Only time will tell. But Lakers did their thing, man. They were a 4-point favorite in this match, and they didn't disappoint. They demolished and they beat them by double digits. I mean, they beat the in the semifinals. They beat the team New Orleans by double digits. Now I know a lot of people are gonna start to say, yo, you know, LeBron James, man, GOAT status. You gotta give it to him. You know what I'm saying? He's accomplishing so much at such an age. He's doing so many amazing things. Playing basketball, man. He loves this game. He's playing basketball. He's raising the bar every time. But a lot of people have a lot of channels on YouTube, and they discuss GOAT conversations. Whether it be Michael Jordan, whether it be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, whether it be LeBron James. Difficult to judge errors, man. Very, very difficult to judge errors. But this is definitely a major, major accomplishment by this man, bruh. He's looking to greener pastures once he retires, looking to own an NBA team. And he's gonna get it. He's gonna get what he wants, bruh, because he's earned it. He's lived an exemplary life. Family man. He showed these young dudes how to do it. How to come into the game young, early, and be about your business from the fucking beginning. Take care of your body. You know what I mean? Respect your marriage. Don't get caught up in all these scandals. Respect the GOAT, man. Respect the GOAT of this era, LeBron James. Because he's definitely the GOAT of this era. And I emphasize this era because, like I said, you can't really judge errors. You know what I mean? You could put numbers up from an era before and put the numbers up now and try to nitpick and say this and that or whatever. But if that player from that era grew up in this time, they would have access to the same medicines. They would have access to the same training regimens. They would have access to the new ways of playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? Look how people used to dribble back in the day versus how they dribble now. You know what I mean? Nobody was doing the Europeans, the Euro step 30 years ago in basketball. Really? I mean, the game has evolved. So to waste your time and talk about the GOAT and try to discredit a player who you would admit to yourself is top 3 in your own right. You say, oh man, he definitely top 3, but then your whole basis is to try to make this player look good above the player that you're trying to discredit. So all you do is you shit on the person's resume and find holes, and stupid conversation. To discuss the game a little bit. What did I see? I saw a lot of whistles, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100. I saw the Pacers couldn't get a call, and they were playing very aggressive. I saw them having to fight through a lot of contact to score the basketball, and they weren't getting the calls. But that was to be expected, right? A storied franchise with a top tier, all-time level NBA player against a team that's never won a championship. A team from Indiana. What did you guys expect? The only way you guys were going to be able to win this game was to shoot the place lights out from deep. You weren't going to get calls. And that should have been expected. You guys should have had a lot of game plan on shots. And I've seen a lot of players on this team passing up open shots and trying to get layups against a fucking team who their shortest player is what, 6'4"? If memory serves me correct when I took a look at it, 6'4", D'Angelo Russell is the shortest player on the team. 6'4". And you guys are just driving, trying to get layups. Game plan was wrong. The execution was wrong. Anthony Davis did his thing. LeBron James won the MVP. I think the MVP is based on all the games, right? You look at the numbers for all 6 of the games. So that would be what, 7? Final will be the 7th game. Lakers were 6-0. So were the Pacers. This kid Haliburton, man, got an ugly ass shot. Takes a while to cock it up, and he throws it off one hand, but he's lethal, man. I think they said in the broadcast that he's shooting like 43% from 3. I was like, wow. Mind you, I'm a big boxing fan, so this was like one of the first games that I soaked up all season. I've tried to catch a lot of games. I've been able to catch a few games here and there on Thursdays and Fridays. You know what I mean? But Saturday nights when I have off, you know what I mean, boxing takes precedence for me. But because this was such a big game, I was able to watch both this game and the Devin Haney and Regis Prograis fight. And I enjoyed the game. I mean, the boxing card was trash all the way up until the main event, so I was able to kind of like focus on the NBA a little bit. So I basically paid pay-per-view for a card that only really wanted to watch the main event. But it's all good. You know what I mean? A boss don't trip about shit like that. But what are we gonna expect from the Lakers moving forward? Now that we are locked back into the regular season, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to keep that same energy. You're gonna have to fight for a playoff position now. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna have that one and done situation where you can knock a team off. You have to grind for a championship. The Lakers are built for it, man. I think they're built for it. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the moves that they've been able to make so far this year in terms of their play. They look like they're gelling really well. And that kid Austin Reeves is looking real good. Real good. The kid comes off the bench and within freaking 10, 15 minutes, he has like 18 points. Driving to the basket, misdirection. He got these dudes guessing, and he's able to score on both sides of the glass. Very impressed with the kid Austin Reeves. He's looking phenomenal. I see why they gave him that money. And it's funny because my dad is a big Lakers fan. I actually let me walk that back. He's a big LeBron James fan, right? So because of that, he's a Lakers fan right now, right? So he listens to a lot of Lakers talk. Whenever I go visit him, he's always listened to a lot of Lakers talk. And there's a channel that he watches. I'm not gonna name drop him right now. But they're always saying that they wouldn't mind if Austin Reeves got traded and shit like that. I'm like, are you for real, bro? Austin Reeves shows up every little game that I see him watch, and I glance at that shit. Austin Reeves shows up, and he showed up tonight. Another player who I'm very critical of, who showed up on the Lakers side, is Anthony Davis. 40 plus points. Did a phenomenal job. He played like a man today. And that's how he needs to play. Moving forward. For you to have any success, it's your time now. You have to take over. If LeBron is going to get his 5th and his 6th ring, and I don't care if he gets his 5th and his 6th ring, that doesn't make him better than Jordan to me. You feel me? I feel like Jordan's the best player that I've ever seen. I've watched a lot of LeBron James basketball. I've watched a lot of Michael Jordan basketball coming up. I've watched a few Kareem Abdul-Jabbar games coming up. Those are the 3 best players in totality. When you look at the numbers and you look at the history and you look at what they've been able to accomplish. And then also Bill Russell. You know what I mean? So the debate could rage on forever. And just because one player is playing exceedingly long, you know what I mean? He has these dudes in his rearview mirror. These dudes are in his rearview mirror. So he knows what he needs to stack up for himself, for him to feel like he's better. And he's definitely stacking up the numbers, the rebounds, the points, the assists, the blocks. He's stacking them up. Pretty soon no one's going to be able to catch him. Especially the fact he came out of high school. But we ain't going to kill him for that. A lot of people have been dealt them cards. And they ain't do shit with them cards. Didn't KG come out of high school? Straight out of high school to the NBA? So did Kobe Bryant. They were able to stack the deck like LeBron James. And put up the numbers that he did. He's special, man. He's special. Why can't we just live in the moment, man? Accept his individuality. And respect the fact that he's a fucking unicorn in today's NBA basketball game. Special accomplishment, you know what I mean? One of my good friends is a Lakers fan, and he discredits the bubble ring. He says that's a Mickey Mouse ring. They literally played in Mickey Mouse's home in Disney. But he says it's a Mickey Mouse ring. And I disagree strongly. The reason why I disagree is everybody was playing with everybody was dealt the same hand. You're fighting in an enclosed area. You know what I mean? You don't got to travel. There's no fans. So there's no advantage. There's no home court. There's no home field advantage. Home court, sorry. There's no home court advantage. So what's the excuse? Playing field's level, and the Lakers were able to come out on top. Unique situation. Never happened before, but they were able to come out on top. Move forward. We have the first ever NBA in-season tournament. How many guys took it serious? Seemed like to me a lot, because out of all the games that I was able to catch, those are the games that I was able to catch more of. Was the in-season tournaments, because they stood out more. And it just so happens the way my schedule is set up, I was able to have those days off. Those days and those nights off. So I was able to kind of dibble and dabble with those games. And I did see a little bit more of an urgency from a lot of these players, man. They wanted to win this motherfucking tournament. They won that trophy. You know what I mean? They won that extra money. The $500,000 that comes with being a winner. So I don't want to hear no bullshit about how this ain't no serious tournament. It was a serious tournament and they came out on top. We got to give them his props. We gotta give him his props. But now, let them have that, and then we move forward. And we look forward to the rest of the NBA season. And I'm your host, Classick of the Eminent Sports Broadcasting channel. And I'm gonna focus a lot more on basketball because it is, I would say, my top 3 favorite sport. Boxing is my favorite. UFC is my second favorite, even though I don't really watch it that much. But I respect the shit out of it. And whenever there's a big event, you know what I mean? My dogs always get together and we go watch it at a bar or whatever. You know what I mean? I respect the shit out of the UFC. They're doing it. They're promoting fighting the way it's supposed to be promoted. Minus the stealing of the fighters, man, and stealing, not paying the players, not paying the fighters what they deserve. I think that's the only knock on the UFC, is that they don't pay the fighters what they deserve, what they bring to the table. The fact that they're building the shit off of their backs, but they're not getting the compensation that they deserve. Because once it's all said and done and your career's over, it's over. You might be able to get a few this and that, marketing dollars, might be able to advertise and shit, but that's one in a few. That's not everyone. But the NBA is something that we here at Eminent Sports Broadcasting, we're gonna focus on, right? So I'm gonna have to bring in some other guns, some of my other compadres to assist me in covering this shit, covering the sport. So I do you guys a service and not a disservice. So, your host of the Eminent Sports Broadcasting channel, my name is Classick, and salute y'all boys. We gonna wrap. Look forward to more content on the NBA. I will deliver for y'all. Peace.